Ladies, have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, who is that staring back at me? You're eating less, working harder, doing everything you were told is right, and yet the weight won't budge. Your energy is tanking by early afternoon. Your brain feels wrapped in fog. You start to wonder if this is just what happens after 40, if this is your new normal. If that's you, stay with me because what I'm about to share changes everything for women over 40. In the next few minutes, you're going to finally understand what's happening inside your body, why weight loss feels impossible right now, and what to do instead so you can lose fat, feel energized, and think clearly again. Not by dieting harder, but by working with your physiology. Here's what we're going to walk through together. You'll learn the real reason weight loss feels so much harder after 40. We'll talk about the biology behind your brain fog, exhaustion, and stubborn belly fat. I'll show you the single biggest mistake women make when they're trying to fix it. Then I'll give you a clear, simple plan for what to do instead, how to eat, how to train, and what daily habits actually move the needle for women in midlife. And toward the end, I'll tell you about the 6-week method I use with high-achieving women over 40 to transform their bodies and energy without traditional dieting. Let's start with where you are right now. You've spent your life achieving careers, families, responsibilities. You've pushed through exhaustion, burnout, deadlines, and everyone else's expectations. You've been the one other people rely on. But now it feels like your own body is staging a full-scale rebellion. You're gaining weight in places you never used to. Your waistline feels different. Your clothes fit differently, even if the scale hasn't changed that much. You walk into a room and forget why you went there. You lose your train of thought in the middle of a sentence. Your energy dips around 2 or 3 in the afternoon, and it feels like you're dragging yourself through the rest of the day. And to make it worse, the diets that used to work when you were 25 or 35 just don't do anything anymore. You cut calories, you cut carbs, you try to be good, and nothing really changes. You start thinking, is this just aging? Is this it? Is this my new reality? Here's what I want you to know very clearly. This is not just aging. This is physiology. This is your biology responding to a whole new hormonal landscape, and nothing is wrong with you. When you hit your 40s, your hormones shift dramatically, and they keep shifting into your 50s and beyond. Estrogen begins to drop. Estrogen plays a major role in how and where you store fat, how efficiently your metabolism runs, how your body handles blood sugar, even how your brain functions, and how you regulate temperature and mood. Progesterone declines. Progesterone is calming. It supports sleep. It balances anxiety, and it works together with estrogen. When progesterone drops, your sleep can get lighter, more fragmented, and you may feel more wired and anxious at night. Testosterone drops as well. Testosterone isn't just a male hormone. For women, it's essential for muscle tone, strength, motivation, and a sense of drive. On top of that, your metabolism doesn't just slow down, it changes how it processes food. You don't handle long stretches without food the way you used to. You don't bounce back from sleepless nights the way you used to. Your brain and your body are interpreting these hormonal shifts as stress. And when your body feels stressed, it does what women's bodies have done for thousands of years. It tries to protect you. One of the ways it does that is by storing fat, especially around your midsection, because that's metabolically active tissue your body can draw from in perceived danger. So the weight you're carrying right now, the brain fog, the low energy, the cravings, the stubborn belly fat, there is a biological explanation for every single one of those symptoms. None of them are random. None of them are about willpower. Now, here's where things usually go wrong. Most women respond to these changes the way they always have. They diet harder. You respond by eating less. You add more cardio. You push yourself harder at the gym. You restrict carbs. You cut calories. You hop from one plan to another, hoping the next one will finally work. And yes, that might have worked when you were 25, when your hormones were more forgiving and your recovery capacity was different. But after 40, these strategies backfire. When you sharply restrict calories, your body reads that as a threat. It doesn't know you're trying to fit into a smaller pair of jeans. It thinks food is scarce. we are in survival mode. So it does what a wise body does. It slows your metabolism to conserve energy. It becomes more efficient at holding onto fat. It starts breaking down your muscle for fuel because muscle is metabolically expensive to maintain. At the same time, cortisol, your primary stress hormone, stays elevated. High cortisol tells your body, store fat, especially around the middle. Hold on to it. We don't know when safety is coming. So you end up eating less, burning yourself out with more exercise, and your body is simply trying to protect you. You are not doing anything wrong. You are following rules that were never designed for women your age and stage of life. Let's talk about brain fog, because this is a symptom so many women dismiss or blame on stress. That mental cloudiness you feel, the word finding issues, the forgetting what you walked into the room for, the feeling that your brain is slower than it used to be, that is not a character flaw. It's not a lack of discipline. And it is not something you just have to accept as getting older. When estrogen drops, your brain becomes less efficient at using glucose, which is its primary fuel source. You can think of it like this. The fuel is there, but the delivery system isn't as smooth as it used to be. If you then add dieting, skipped meals, or long stretches without food, your brain is literally running on fumes. It does not have the steady fuel supply it needs to function clearly and sharply. If we then add poor sleep, whether it's from night sweats, anxiety, or just restless nights, your ability to think clearly takes an even bigger hit. Your brain does its emotional and cognitive cleanup work at night. When that gets disrupted, so does your mood, your focus, and your decision making. So now you're eating less, your body feels stressed, your brain doesn't have enough fuel, and you're judging yourself for not functioning the way you used to. Here's the shift that changes everything. Stop asking, what do I need to take away? And start asking, what does my body actually need more of right now? Your body doesn't need more restriction. Your body needs fuel, muscle, and stability. Let's talk about the first big pillar, protein. Most women over 40 are under-eating protein by 50% or more. Protein isn't just about building muscle. It's about maintaining the muscle you already have, which is crucial for metabolism, bone health, blood sugar regulation, and even mood. Your body needs roughly 1 gram of protein per kilogram of body weight just to maintain basic functions. To rebuild muscle and support your metabolism, you may need even more. A simple target most women can aim for is 20 to 30 grams of protein at each meal, spread throughout the day. Protein helps you feel full and satisfied. It stabilizes blood sugar. It provides the building blocks for hormones, enzymes, and neurotransmitters. Good sources include eggs, fish, lean meats like chicken or turkey, Greek yogurt, tofu, legumes, and yes, protein powder. Protein powder is not just for bodybuilders, it's a tool. For busy women especially, it can be one of the easiest ways to consistently get enough protein. Next, let's shift from overdoing cardio to prioritizing strength training. Cardio burns calories while you're doing it. There is nothing wrong with that. But muscle burns calories all day long, even when you're sitting or sleeping. After 40, you naturally lose muscle mass more quickly. If you don't intentionally train your muscles, you will lose strength, which then slows your metabolism further and makes your body less resilient. You don't need to live in the gym. 2 to 3 strength training sessions a week is enough to create a meaningful change. Focus on big compound movements that work multiple muscle groups at once. Squats or sit to stands, deadlifts or hip hinges, rows and presses. Start with whatever amount of resistance feels safe and doable, even if that's body weight. Then gradually increase over time. The goal is not punishment. The goal is to send your body the message, we still need this muscle. Keep it, build it. That message changes everything about how your body handles food and how it uses energy. Now let's tackle blood sugar and brain fog. Stable blood sugar equals a more stable brain. When your blood sugar swings up and down all day long, from coffee alone in the morning to a refined carb snack to long periods without food, you feel it as mood swings, energy crashes, and foggy thinking. Here's how to stabilize it. Eat every 3 to 4 hours during the day. Each time you eat, include protein, healthy fats, and some fiber. Add complex carbohydrates like sweet potatoes, quinoa, oats, beans, or whole fruits. Your brain needs those carbohydrates to function well. Cutting all carbs usually backfires for women over 40. Omega-3 fats from foods like salmon, sardines, walnuts, or a good quality supplement are especially powerful for brain health. And don't forget hydration. Even mild dehydration can affect your thinking and your energy. Sleep is another non-negotiable piece of this puzzle. Sleep is when your body does repair work. It is when your brain consolidates memories, processes emotions, and resets hormonal rhythms. When you consistently sleep less than 6 or 7 hours, your hunger and fullness hormones get dysregulated. Ghrelin, which signals hunger, rises. Leptin, which signals satiety, drops. Your cravings increase, your ability to regulate them decreases, and your body becomes more likely to store fat. Simple sleep supports can go a long way. A cool, dark bedroom, a consistent wind-down routine, reducing screens before bed, and considering magnesium glycinate if it's appropriate for you, as many women are deficient in magnesium. Finally, we need to talk about stress. Chronic stress equals chronically elevated cortisol. Chronically elevated cortisol equals more fat storage, especially around the middle. Not because your body is working against you, but because it thinks it's protecting you. You cannot out-train stress. You cannot out-diet stress. You must give your nervous system opportunities to downshift. This doesn't have to look like hour-long meditation sessions. Small, consistent practices matter. A 10-minute walk, 5 minutes of deep breathing, a few gentle yoga poses, a cup of tea in silence, journaling, anything that signals to your body, we are safe right now. When you put all of this together, your days start to look different. A typical hormone-supportive day might look like this. You start with a protein-rich breakfast instead of just coffee. You eat balanced meals every 3 to 4 hours instead of skipping and then overeating at night. You strength train 2 or 3 times a week. You bring in omega-3 fats and drink water throughout the day. You take magnesium in the evening if it works for you. You build in one small daily practice to reduce stress. This is how you lose fat, build or maintain muscle, clear brain fog, and reclaim your energy after 40. Not by starving yourself, but by supporting your physiology. If you're listening to this and thinking, this explains everything, this is why nothing has been working, you are not alone. This is exactly what I walk women through inside my Strong, Beautiful You 6-week reset, the step-by-step plan to rebuild your metabolism, lose weight without traditional dieting, and feel strong and clear again. Inside the program, you get hormone-supportive meal guidance, strength training designed for women over 40, and weekly coaching and accountability so you're not doing this alone. If you want the exact blueprint, you'll find the link in the description. And if you're not ready for a full program yet, you can start with my free guide, the 5-Day Sugar Detox. It breaks down these principles in a simple, actionable way so you can begin right where you are. You are not broken. You do not need more willpower. You need a new strategy, one that honors the woman you are now. Your 40s and beyond can be your strongest, clearest, most powerful years when you work with your body instead of against it. And you are much closer than you think. I can't wait to see you in the next video. Until then, take care and make aging your superpower.